Hi everyone, it's me again. It's May 23rd, 2013, and I've already reported the deets for the day. And now I'm just taking you along for the ride. So I vlog hopped on you guys by I think 3 days. I'm still waiting for my thyroid labs to come back. I don't know that they're even going to say anything because, a lot of those reports really just don't have any information for you, at least from Western doctors' standpoint, unless you're in critical condition, which I definitely feel it, but I don't know what the labs are going to say. At any rate, they did change my meds, and they had to, but I had been noticing this coming on for quite some time, and I just didn't want to go through the testing. I just didn't want to go to the endocrinologist. Just didn't, because with me it just seems like one doctor's visit turns into another, and turns into another, and then I go on this whole medical stint for, I just didn't want to open myself up to that, so I kept putting it off. And I also wanted to be far out of my round, so that way any traces of HCG or anything going on with doing a round wouldn't affect my labs. So that's why I put it off. But it became impossible. I probably would have still put it off even though I was in such bad shape. But when I went to go get my prescription filled, part of my medication was discontinued, so I had to go. I said it before, and but I'm gonna repeat it anyways because I don't know who's watching what. So I take Levoxyl, Cytomel, B12, and vitamin D, all together to, in combination is what addresses my issues. I'm not saying that was the perfect cocktail, because I've always had symptoms regardless. They just don't go away, but at least I can function. But recently it got to the point where I could not even function. That's why I did not vlog the past 3 days, because I was not functioning. Anyways, they replaced the Levoxyl that was discontinued with Unithroid for now. I don't think that that's what I'm going to stay on, because I don't think that it's the right match for me. But let me tell you, I'm among the living today, and the past 3 days I was not. So it is making a huge difference, and that's what definitely tells me that regardless of what the labs say, it was definitely my thyroid. But I think I'm allergic or I don't think it's a good match for me, the Unithroid, because I had the crawls all yesterday, where you feel like you have fleas under your skin. And I was highly agitated. Just when Stank Face would make a noise, or just I just was very agitated. So I don't think that I like those symptoms. I will continue to take it though for now, because this is I feel so much better than I did. I'd rather be aggravated and itchy than it was so bad that I felt like I almost it was like facing a marathon just to go pee. Yeah. So anyways, enough about that. I'm in traffic on my way. I have a hot date with a 4-year-old. I will be babysitting tonight because Miss Dilemma has her first date, and she is so excited. I'm running late, and I wanted to get there early enough to give her a comfort level and help her get ready and everything, but I don't know how helpful I'm going to be because I'm stuck in traffic. I am really excited for her, though. It almost feels like I have a date, but I do not. Speaking of which, Date Guy is going to be returning in 5 or 6 days, and we were texting, I think it was yesterday or this morning or something. I don't know. It's kind of hard to keep it straight because we're like so far from each other as far as hours. He's on a different schedule than me, but he had asked me, I said something about him. I said I was bothered about something about him, and he said, oh, did you vlog about it? And I was like, no. I guess he thinks that I vlog about everything. I don't. There's more things in my life than what you guys hear. So he's going to be coming home, and we shall see what happens in that department. But until then, I'm living vicariously through Miss Dilemma, and she is like totally smitten over this guy. And let me tell you something. It is so funny because this is like one of the first guys that I danced in front of her, and I said, well, you know what I mean, like his profile in front of her, and I was like, let's contact him. And she was like, no, ew. And she was like picking on, she didn't like the area, his zip code, which was so silly because it's like right next door to her. And she just didn't like, any of his features and this and that. And so after she had just like bad experiences with some of the guys just like not emailing her back or asking for her number or not like calling, or like that creepy brat guy that she was like so hung up on, I had to talk her off a ledge with that one. Anyways, she was obsessed with him, and I just saw all the warning signs there, and I just told her, you have to stop. But anyways, after she basically texted him several messages that I told her to write, basically I texted them to her and she copy and pasted them. So it was like my snarky personality pretty much telling him to take a hike because, how dare he say he's going to call in a little and then like call 9 hours later and just whatever. So anyways, he had told her why don't you you don't let people in and nobody can make you happy and have a nice life. And so she was just so devastated over this. And I'm like, why are you devastated over some creep that is playing head games with you and is telling you that he's going to call and doesn't call, and then it's like sending all these cryptic freaking text messages and everything? Like, stop. She's like, oh, but he said have a nice life. And she was just like so devastated that he said that. I'm like, so what? Guess who that is? That's Miss Dilemma. I'll have to finish this. Hi. Okay, so that was her. I forgot I have a car phone. Who has a car phone anymore? I do. I never use it. I don't know what number it is or anything, but apparently I got a car phone. So my cell phone is on airplane mode when I vlog, and so she's like panicking that I'm not there yet. So anyways, I'm telling her about this guy, and I'm like, so he said have a nice life. Like, why are you all hurt about that? She's a Virgo. So, yeah, she's a Virgo, and she's a little sensitive. So, she was really bothered, and so she started looking at profiles, and she ended up saying, I think I'm going to write that guy. She forgot that I had, suggested him. And so she asked me what I thought, and I said, yeah. So we wrote him, and he didn't respond. She's like, God, what is up with that? He didn't respond. Well, he finally did respond, and they've been talking ever since. And just like I said, he's completely the opposite of anything that she would go after, except for maybe age, because he's only 2 years older than her. But other than that, totally the opposite of what she would go for. So, because he's like all-American white boy like me, only a boy, and she usually likes more, I don't know, just somebody that speaks another language, that has a little tan, a little sweat. She likes creeps, basically. Anyways, so they've been talking ever since, and they are both like totally over the moon smitten with each other, and it's a cross between really cute and totally nauseating. So I'm going to babysit so they can go on their first date. He's been doing the countdown all day, like texting her and saying, 12 hours until we meet, 6 hours until we meet. Yeah, so let's see. Oh my God, I hope that it is a good date, because I will never hear the end of it, and I will be picking up pieces from now until the end of time, or at least until I find a replacement. So let's all pray. Which reminds me, Minnie had texted me when she had went on that date the other night, and she was like, the guy went to the bathroom, and he's really nice. And I was like, I swear, I was holding my breath like the whole time. I was so worried. I didn't want to bother her on the date, but she's not used to this stuff and everything, and she's a mature age, and I was so worried that he was going to be one of those creeps that ditches you at the dinner table, while the poor girl is thinking that the guy went to the bathroom and he really just ditched her and left her at the restaurant with like the check or something. Like, that would be terrible, and I was like fearing it, but he didn't. I mean, there was no connection, but at least he saved her the humiliation of that. I would die if that ever happened to me. Anyways, still on the subject of this POF thing, I'm a little insulted, and I feel rejected that the other guys that we wrote in Miss Dilemma's under Miss Dilemma's profile for her, like, either didn't respond or talked a little, asked for her phone number, and didn't follow through. Like, I'm personally offended, because it was my communication there, so I'm offended. Oh well, what are you gonna do, right? So I'm still in traffic, and I have no present for this 4-year-old, and he's used to me bringing something, so that sucks. I don't know, I guess I'll have to play like an extra game of hide and seek, or build a fort, or maybe I can find somewhere to pick up a cupcake or something. Pray for me. Pray for me that he's not too pissed off, and that Miss Dilemma has a wonderful date. And yeah, so that's it. I'm pushing up.